Hello. The first site I wanted to show you was Class Dojo. Class Dojo has been around for a few years. It started as a great communication tool with students and teachers and parents and teachers. And you can set up your own class for your one class you teach, or you can have multiple classes if you teach multiple classes. This year, even though I teach multiple classes, I only use it for my third graders. But I've been using it for years, and parents and students alike absolutely love it. Rather than showing you my class with some privacy issues, we are going to use the sample class. And it's a great one to look at to learn the program as well. When you open it up, you see that each child has these cute little avatars that you can upload and change. I've been known to change them for the different seasons. They have cute little Christmas elves and all sorts of different things that you can upload and change the avatars if you want to. But you name each one, and the students can change the avatar if they want to when they log in. The purpose is originally started to award points and take off points depending on behavior. So for example, let's say all of the class did an amazing job acting responsibly during the fire drill that we had. So I would click on that whole class and then I could award them positive points. And you can customize these to do whatever you would like. You can edit these. You can also assign how many points you would like to give. If you take a look at mine, you notice that once the parents signed up and got their account, I gave the child 5 points, just as an incentive. And some get a little bit more points in my actual class. They turn in their homework, they get 2 points actually in my original class. But let's say they all acted responsibly, so I click on the responsible. It shows in front of the class that 3 people got points. And it makes a nice little buzzing sound, which you could hear. The nice little ding that you can have your sound on, and the kids hear, oh, someone got a positive point, and they all kind of straighten up and behave a little bit more. If you have one particular child that maybe is acting out in class, or you need to give them a little bit more of a reinforcement, you can select just the one child. The one child, and you can give them their one positive, or you can also, there's a needs work section. And so if they were caught cheating or they were disrespectful or whatever you want to choose, you can give them a negative point, or you can also set these as 0 points, which is what I prefer to do. So third graders have a tendency of forgetting homework occasionally, and rather than taking points away from them, I just give them 0 points here. But it shows up to the student and to the parents when the parents log in to see, oh, my child keeps forgetting their homework. And I'll show you that chart here in a little bit, what the parents would see. So let's give them a late to class, and you have a little negative, kind of a oh sound that appears, or that sounds that they can hear. When you give a negative one, you can also add a note or positive, and this can give you a chance to put a more definite description of what happened. So let's say, well, we already marked that they were late to class, so if they were late 5 minutes to class, then you can have that documented. So it's a great way to document things as well. So what parents can see then, let's click on over here. You can go to options and you can view reports. And these reports then, you can see the whole report for the whole class here shows you that 75% were positive and we had 1 negative. I can look at one individual and see, oh, they're doing great. Let's take a look at the one that I just gave a point away from. They got 1 positive, 1 negative. When parents log in to see this, all they see is their child's. They do not see anyone else's. They can't see the class as a whole. They see basically what you see here. They can see the graph, and they can see whatever points were given and what were taken away. So notice that this one here, this was a negative one. I can click on that And if I accidentally made a mistake, I can remove it too, because I've been known to make a few mistakes. The note that I added also shows up, so parents can see that note. So that is the report section, which is very nice for the parents to constantly see how their child's behaving in class. You can invite the parents to log into this and see it, or they can put it on their phone and have an app for it, or they can log in and see it on class. You can have multiple teachers connected to the same class, which we do in our 3, 4, 5 group, because grades 3 through 5 have recess together. So we can award students points for other classes if we think that's necessary. You can reset the bubbles, and you can change the default settings, display settings. You can change all of that within there, which you can play with later. At the bottom are some other things that they've added throughout the time that Class Dojos existed. Most recently, they've added a toolkit, which is down here at the bottom. And so this has expanded Class Dojo to be used for more than just a point system or a messaging board back and forth to parents. You can have timers. The random is kind of nice when you want to select students. It'll say, oh, guest S, that student gets to go up to the board, and you can click again, and it'll keep choosing. So it's another way of, instead of pulling straws, you have another way to select. It makes groups. You can select, I want 3 people in groups, and plug that number in, and it will sort your groups. And I can't show you very well with this sample class because there's only 3 of them here. There's a noise meter, so it can show you the volume. You just have to make sure that it allows your microphone, and it will show you how loud you get and then how quickly, and you can change your sensitivity. So there's a lot more to that toolbox that you can take a look at. It's a great way to check for attendance. You can set timers on this. The other nice piece of this, which I use a lot, is the messaging. So I can send a message out to all of the parents in my class. They will get a special notification on their app for this, or when they log in, and it shows them whatever message I want, kind of dings them, hey, I have a message. And it's a lot, the parents enjoy it because they don't have to sort through all of their emails to see, oh, did my teacher send a message today? They can see this automatically. It dings, like, oh, I have a message from my class teacher, my student's teacher. I need to look at that. The parents can also message you directly from this. And a lot of parents prefer to do this because they know it's not getting hidden in my emails as well. You can send it to the whole class, or you can send it to each individual students as well. The parents just have to be connected for that to work. The next piece is the class story, which is right up here. And the class story works like a blog. So you can type in what's happening in the classroom. You can add photos. You can add a file. So my newsletters that go home once a week, I post it on our class story through Class Dojo. And the parents can see right there what the newsletter is. You can add a little card, which is what you see down below here. This is a little card that they added, or that I put on several years ago when I was playing with it. Happy Thanksgiving. The nice part about this as well is that parents can like it and they can comment as well, just much like our blogs would be. Let's see. Portfolios is one of the other things they've added in the last couple of years. I have not played with this as much. I have every intention years to get started with it. Students have the ability to take pictures using a QR code and scan in work that they want to build their portfolio with. And again, only that parent and teacher can see it. And I haven't played with it too much. They've adjusted things a little bit throughout the years, so I can't tell you a whole lot about that because I haven't had the time to really put into that. But that's something else to look at that I know is very beneficial if you have to do portfolios with your class. It's a great way to do it and be digital. The best part I like also with this is a section down here called Big Ideas. We're all about mindset and getting the kids' mindsets for their class. And in Big Ideas, Class Dojo uses their famous little character, Mojo, and has a lot of social, emotional videos here. And each video has activities and lessons that go along with it. And I'd click on them, but then you'd have to watch all the videos. So you can click on them yourself. When you show a video, you have the option at the end to post it to your class story. So the parents can then watch that same video that their child watched at school and have a better understanding of what they were taught in class and how to utilize that knowledge and maybe carry it through at home as well. So that is the Big Idea section. Wonderful pieces. Love it. Use it every single year with all grades. And when you open that, that's a whole nother tab. So let me clear out that tab. Oh, I went way too far. I apologize. Let me open up Class Dojo. I hit too many buttons. With Class Dojo, though, the benefits expand to not just your students, but to your parents as well. Many schools do it school-wide. We haven't gone school-wide because we have preschool through high school, and high school doesn't think they want to do this, which is fine. But it meets many of your ISTE standards. It works with the communication back and forth between keeping the communication going that ISTE and 2B has, and collaborating with the parents, talking back and forth with them, which was ISTE Teacher 4D as well. But the nice part about the messaging is you can also translate it. So if you have a family that does not speak English, then the messages you send in English, they can translate it to their language, which is very beneficial. You can't get that with emails quite as easily. So that's kind of the overall of Class Dojo. It is definitely worth looking into if you have not. Parents love it, and kids love to earn those points and get those prizes when they hit different point levels that you set up. So take a look at it if that's something you're interested in.